The BRICS bloc's de-dollarization plan and financial digitalization are pushing 130 nations toward a central bank digital currency, CBDC, which might threaten the US dollar. The BRICS currency, expected next year, might increase international pressure on the dollar. Reports from the summer verify the several nations in advanced phases of CBDC development. According to an OMFIF survey, 41% of central banks expect a CBDC to be fully functioning by 2028. That means what for the US dollar? In 2023, the BRICS US dollar conflict dominated news. The former's de-dollarization efforts had major geopolitical effects. BRICS alliance projects may not be all the Western currency fears. Research suggests that 130 nations are heading toward a CBDC amid BRICS movement, threatening the US dollar. This development coincides with BRICS currency project work. Many have wondered if that could be a unilateral digital asset. OMFIF found that 41% of central banks expect a fully operational CBDC in 4 years. That could accelerate the global adoption of digital currency. Thus, nations may use local currencies more and abandon the US dollar. CBDC pilots have been launched in over 11 countries. Additionally, the digital yuan had great success earlier this year. As comparable currencies gain popularity, the dollar's dominance in international settlements may be endangered. 2024 is a crucial year for the US dollar. The Global South is unwilling to halt de-dollarization. As US allies like Saudi Arabia and the UAE embrace these efforts, the currency might suffer irreparably. BRICS members want a new currency to compete with the US dollar. How far have they come, and what would happen to the US dollar if they succeed? Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa want to create a reserve currency backed by their currencies. The proposed currency, which is currently being developed, would allow these nations to demonstrate their economic independence while competing with the worldwide financial system. With 90% of currency trade and nearly 100% of oil trading, the US dollar dominates the system. The US trade war with China and sanctions on China and Russia are central to this predicament. If the BRICS nations create a new reserve currency, it might hurt the US dollar and reduce demand. This would affect US and worldwide economies. Look at the growing BRICS currency and its investor ramifications. Why would the BRICS create a new currency? BRICS members seek a new currency for many reasons. BRICS countries are considering it due to global financial issues and aggressive US foreign policy. They seek to reduce worldwide dependency on the US dollar and euro and improve their economic interests. How far have we come? At the mid-2022 14th BRICS Summit, Russian President Vladimir Putin declared the BRICS will establish a new global reserve currency and will cooperate openly with all fair partners. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva said in April, "Why can't an institution like the BRICS Bank have a currency to finance trade relations between Brazil and China, between Brazil and all the other BRICS countries, who chose the dollar as the trade currency after gold parity?" Recent conjecture before the 2023 BRICS Summit in August suggested an announcement of such a currency. However, this was wishful thinking. Developing anything alternative is a medium to long-term goal. Mosdorp told Bloomberg there is no plan to develop a BRICS currency. BRICS Ambassador Anil Sokol of South Africa says 40 countries have indicated interest in joining in July. At the August conference, Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE were asked to join BRICS. On January 1, 2024, they'll join the alliance. Since it would unify countries with widely different economies, some analysts think a BRICS currency is a bad idea. There are also concerns that non-Chinese members may rely more on the yuan. In October, Russia requested yuan for oil, but India refused to accept anything other than dollars or rupees. Russia struggles to use its extra currency. What would BRICS currency benefits be? A new currency could improve cross-border trade and financial inclusion in the BRICS. The currency might transform global finance via blockchain, digital currencies, and smart contracts. It could boost BRICS and global trade and economic cooperation through smooth cross-border payments. The new BRICS currency would also increase BRICS economic integration, reduce U.S. global influence, reduce the U.S. dollar's worldwide reserve status, promote regional currency alliances, reduce global volatility risks from unilateral initiatives and dollar dependency. What might a new BRICS currency mean for the dollar? The U.S. dollar has been the world's reserve currency for decades. Between 1999 and 2019, the dollar was used in 96% of international trade invoicing in the Americas, 74% in Asia-Pacific, and 79% worldwide, according to the U.S. Federal Reserve. In April 2022, 88% of currency exchanges used the U.S. dollar. The dollar accounts for approximately 100% of oil trades and just under 60% of central bank foreign currency reserves in the first half of 2023. Since dollars are the most extensively used currency for conversion and a forex market benchmark, practically all central banks keep them. The dollar remains the most preferred reserve currency, followed by the euro, yen, pound, and yuan. Experts debate whether a new BRICS currency could challenge the dollar's dominance. If a new BRICS currency stabilized against the dollar, it could undermine U.S. sanctions and lower the dollar's worth. It could produce a household economic crisis in America. Additionally, this new currency may expedite de-dollarization. China and Russia trade in their own currencies, while India, Kenya, and Malaysia advocate for de-dollarization or sign agreements to trade in local currencies or alternative benchmarks. Whether a new BRICS currency would inspire other U.S. dollar alternatives is unclear, but it might challenge the dollar's reserve currency status. As countries diversify their reserve holdings, emerging currencies may challenge the U.S. dollar, changing the global power balance. A new BRICS currency's impact on the U.S. dollar will rely on its adoption, perceived stability, and ability to challenge the dollar's hegemony. How might BRICS currencies affect the economy? A new BRICS currency could affect the North American economy and investors. Top sectors and industries affected include gas and oil, banking and finance, commodities, international trade, technology, tourism, and travel. The forex market. A new BRICS currency would create new trading pairings, change currency correlations, and increase market volatility, forcing investors to adjust their tactics. A new BRICS currency. How can investors prepare? Investors may struggle to adjust portfolios to BRICS currency developments. To leverage on these trends, numerous tactics might be used. Buy bonds, mutual funds, and ETFs in currencies other than the US dollar to diversify currency exposure. Invest in gold and silver to mitigate currency risk. Get BRICS equity market exposure through equities and ETFs that track indices. Consider BRICS real estate or private equity investments. Prudent investors will also consider market, political, and currency risk. Investors may select the iShares MSCI BIC ETF, RCA, BKF, or Global X MSCI China Financials ETF. They could invest in BRICS companies or mutual funds like the T. Rowe Price Emerging Markets Equity Fund. Investors must investigate and prepare for a new BRICS currency or de-dollarization. While risky, diversifying currency exposure and investing in commodities, equities markets, or alternative assets are choices. A BRICS reserve currency would affect the global economy and challenge the US dollar's supremacy, but its development is uncertain. This would provide new investment opportunities but also increase risk as monetary policy changes and geopolitical tensions rise. BRICS currency development should be constantly monitored by investors. The currency's impact on BRICS economies and the global economy will be crucial if the bloc creates one. Being alert helps investors capitalize on growth opportunities and hedge against risks. The 1999 launch of the euro suggests a BRICS currency is viable, according to some financial professionals. However, this would require years of planning, a new central bank, and an agreement by the 5 states to phase out their sovereign currencies. It would also likely need IMF help to succeed internationally. China wants to strengthen the yuan worldwide, and its war in Ukraine would hurt Russia's economy and currency. Economic discrepancy between China and other BRICS nations is very large. These are significant challenges. Would gold support a new BRICS currency? President Vladimir Putin has suggested gold or oil, but a new BRICS currency would likely be backed by a basket of the 5 nations' currencies. At this year's New Orleans Investment Conference, famous author Jim Rickards outlined how a gold-backed BRICS currency could work. He claimed that if a BRICS currency unit is worth 1 ounce of gold and the gold price rises to $3,000 per ounce, the BRICS currency unit would be worth $3,000, while the dollar would lose value. Importantly, he doesn't see this as a new gold standard or the demise of the US currency or euro. With a real gold standard, you can take the currency and go to any central bank and get some gold, Rickards added. With BRICS, they don't have to own, buy, or prop up gold prices. Simply climb on the dollar gold market. How much gold do BRICS countries have? As of Q2 2023, the BRICS nations possessed over 15% of the world's central bank gold. Russia, India, and China have top 10 central bank gold holdings. Russia has the 5th largest central bank gold reserves at 2,329.63 metric tons. China ranks 6th with 2,113.46 metric tons of gold, and India 9th with 797.44 metric tons. Brazil and South Africa have substantially smaller central bank gold holdings, minus 129.65 metric tons and 125.41 metric tons. That's where we wrap things up for the time being. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.